check. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. He's coming. Hey, 5-0.
They'll run on first down. Swift. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, stop. Let's go. Check 24. Check your hot read. Let's go.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big run there by Johnson. 46 yards on the ground.
First down, Lions.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
At the Bucks 8-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
In your face.
Now Johnson. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Stanley. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
QB's trash. Let's go. Hey, watch that. Check right. Topper. Hey, high 7. Slip. Now.
On 4th down, Stanley. And that is going to be incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
From the gun, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's good for a Buccaneers first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Switch it. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On first down, Swift. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
44 to Mike. Right.
Throwing on second down, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Winston from the gun on third down. He's got a man, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
They'll run on first down. Swift. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready.
We're scoreless after one.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare. Ready. White 25. 5-0. Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert.
Looking to throw on second down. Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Here we go, here we go. Hey, 2. Let go.
Back to throw. Stanley. Open man is Galladay, complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the out. Ready?
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
Leo!
On 1st down, Stanley. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do, because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check three. No. Off. Switch.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Throwing on 2nd down. Winston. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6. 54.
2nd and 10. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Jameis to throw it. He finds his target. It's Evans. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready? Black 22. Running. Bang, 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 bang. Easy. Shoot.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Wait. Check 26. Check 26.
To throw is Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30.
That's another Buccaneers first down.
Winston now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now a give right side. Swift. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Jameis now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 13 yards out, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go. They're on 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Delta.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Down.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
To throw on second down, Stanley. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Carryover from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Looking to throw. Stanley to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Pilot, 64, weak. Smooth. Mike 5-4. Shoot.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And who we got?
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. Swift. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 34 is the mic. 34 over. Check in. It's our time. It's our time.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there.
Let's go. Hey, well, Mike 34. Mike 34. I got it.
They're indeed going. It's Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Winston now finding Godwin, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead air.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
54. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Hey, wahoo! Watch out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley. Got a man. That's Trent Sherfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 23-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hey, I 7. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike. Hey, shoot. Go.
To throw on 2nd down. Stanley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Give them 32 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready. Black 25 behind. 51. Come on. Sunday. Flip.
Now Winston. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw, Winston. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Winston now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston going down the middle, and it's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Winston's pass, intended for Mike Evans, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 6 yards away, as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
From the gun, Stanley. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Baby, that's baby shot. 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. Pick it up, pick it up.
Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. I'm coming. Easy. Hey, he's mine. Hot seven. Hey, 25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike. All you get is a headache.
Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready? White 25. Mike 44. Come to wild work. We go even. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Let's go.
On 1st down, Swift. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Flip it. Check cross. Easy. Let's go.
Throwing. Winston. And it's caught. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay 1st. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Again, it's Johnson. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. A gain there of 30 big ones. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
61, matchbox play.
Second and 4. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Come on, set. 60 or. Here we go. Show it. Hard. Bravo.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley. Well, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Winston now from the 50. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Go. 56. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. Go.
Operating from the gun. Stanley under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing again on second down. Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready? Blue lady. We got 25 to Mike. Easy. Hey. Follow. 25 to Mike. You better bring it.
On first and 10, Winston. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a first and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Flip it. 25 to Mike. We got 25 now.
Winston now. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Again, it's Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Jameis again. And this is caught by Evans. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Jameis now on first down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down at the 28.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. That'll bring up second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll throw again. Winston. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready. Set. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check again.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa.